So there's a chart from the Hilton Head area of realtors, and they produce these every month. And what it's showing you is inventory over time. So from 2015 all the way to 2021, and you can see there's a precipitous fall as demand has increased dramatically. And it's showing that inventory was at a high in 2019, 2,300 roughly. That's all the way down to 717. Over the period of time, it dropped 30% and then another 50%. So it is down. There is no question we have an inventory issue here on the island. So let's look at closed sales from the same report from the Hilton Head area of realtors. This number right here shows you that over 5,000 sales to date already. So if inventory is so low, look at this progression of increases in sales, and we are at the highest numbers over the last 6 years. So how is it possible that inventory is down yet sales are up? And it's simple. We did a review a couple of weeks ago about days on the market. Property is staying on the market for 2 to 3 days. The inventory averages are way down because property hits the market or doesn't even hit the market and is sold. So yes, there's an inventory issue, but the properties are being sold very quickly. So let's unpack this a little bit more specifically for the Hilton Head area. So in this chart, I went and ran my own numbers in the MLS. And what you see in this chart is from January 2011 to basically August of 2021, this shows the active listings, the properties that are on sale right now for just villas and residences. So I took out equity shares, rentals, land, commercial, everything else. And what you see, the average was, on a monthly basis, how many active listings there are in the MLS monthly is about 2,500. What we're seeing in 2021, about 2,200. It's an index of, 80 to 90. That doesn't look that bad if you look at that, right? There's property out there, and it's, seems to be for sale because it's active. So now let's go a little bit further and let's look at specifically Hilton Head Island. So what I just showed you included Bluffton. This is just what's on the island, even excludes Moss Creek, excludes the gatherings. And what you see now is a much lower number. So I would have to agree that, when you compare to the averages on the island, we're at about 50% what we normally would have of properties that are active in the MLS. And that's, again, just villas and residences. And so you can see 700 relative to the typical would be about 1,400. So there is an inventory issue. However, it is not zero. So to summarize, inventory is down, sales are up, and the more properties are closing than ever before. So the issue is they're just not staying on the market very long. It's a super competitive and fast-moving market. It does not mean there's no inventory. What it does mean, though, is that it's never been more important to have a realtor working for you who's boots on the ground. You can't search this stuff from, Ohio and to do it on the computer and be digitally savvy on Zillow and Realtor and hope to find what you're going to be looking for. What you need is a realtor who's watching the market for you, because what we're doing is we're talking to other realtors. We're looking for pocket listings, things that never even make the MLS. They show up in closed sales, but they never actually hit the MLS. We're talking to prospective sellers who haven't even thought about selling. And then we talk to them. They're like, well, maybe that's a good idea. And we're getting properties before they even hit the market again. We're also reviewing the delayed listings, which are in our market in the MLS, which don't even show up on Zillow. And then lastly, we're going to the open houses and seeing what's worth it and what's not. So, it's never been more important to have a realtor in your corner doing the work on the island right now, because the inventory is out there. It's just not on the market very long. Inventory is traditionally measured by, how many months it would take to sell the current amount of property that's listed. It doesn't mean how many active listings are out there. And right now, as you saw from the numbers, there are plenty of active listings. It's just the question of, can you get them? And what that means is you need to know what you want. So what kind of view you want, what kind of location, what kind of amenities. You need to have those discussions with your realtor. Make sure your financing is ready, whether you're going to need, to go get loans or whether you're using cash. It doesn't matter. Just have that stuff sorted. So when you see what you want, you can pounce on it. And if you do need a realtor, don't hesitate to reach out. I can be found at GaryGroupHHI.com, and I'd love to work with you.